Hello everyone. It's quite an exciting video for you. I'm going to be fitting solar panels. These are my 175 watt solar panels. So 350 watts in total. I did buy them from Alpha batteries, but they do come from Victron. So they are Victron mono solar panels. They should fit on the roof of the van. I did measure 1.5 meters square from on the back of this roof, but it's going to be tight. So I'm hoping I can get them on there. So first things first is I need to clean the roof, get the solar panels up, and have a play around with the placement and the brackets. My brackets that I'm using are the metal Z plates. I'll show you them in a minute. So I'm going to be using self-tappers and a lot of Sikaflex to install these solar panels to the roof. A lot of people are scared about drilling lots of holes in the roof of your van, but Sikaflex is amazing stuff. Not only does it stick the feet of these panels to the roof, they're completely watertight. It's just amazing stuff. So Sikaflex, you can get the 512, or I think it's the updated version, the 522. Oh, that's all upstairs actually. I do have some here. Sikaflex 522. It even says on here it's for motorhomes, and it even has a little diagram with awnings and skylights and solar panels highlighted on it, so that you know it's the right thing for the job. Some people use CT1, but I've always used Sikaflex. It's just amazing stuff. I have fitted solar panels for so many different people now, including my parents and my grandparents, and yeah, there's so far no leaks. So yeah, we're gonna clean the roof of this van now. going to happen. A tip from my friend Darren is to use these self-tapping screws. Actually, the first thing I do is just mark with a Sharpie on the roof where your brackets are going. And then I'm going to make the holes, screw these in so that I make the holes now. Take the screws out, flip the panel over, Sikaflex all over the feet, and then with the help from a friend of mine, stick it on the roof. But with the holes pre-drilled, you don't end up smearing Sikaflex all over the roof. This is the plan anyway. Okay, so I'm sorry, I didn't film the actual installation of the solar panels. I had help from my friend and neighbour Vaughn. Thank you very much, Vaughn, for your help yesterday. But I've showed you the panels anyway. I've took a couple of clips of them. Are there any pointers I can give you? Make sure the roof is very clean. I key the with some sandpaper. I key the bottom of the feet where the feet are going to meet the roof. You can key the roof as well a bit. Just rub it with a little bit of sandpaper, just very, very lightly, or wet and dry paper or something, just to scratch it up a little bit. Not scratch it, but you know, just key it a little bit so the Sikaflex, you know, grabs hold of it a bit more. But yeah, it's just awkward. It's awkward with one person, so that's why I asked for help from my friend. So yeah, what we did was we sat the solar panels upside down. We set, like I say, keyed sandpaper or whatever you've got to key the brackets, key the feet where they're going to meet the van. Squirt a load of stuff on them, spin it over, and then use self-tapping screws to screw the panels. So each panel's got 4 feet. Each foot has got 2 screws, 2 self-tapping screws in them. And these ones got that rubber sort of thing on there, so that makes that watertight. And also, as you put the bracket down, all Sikaflex comes out of the hole anyway, and Sikaflex goes around the screw anyway. So yeah, there's no, I'm pretty confident we won't get any leaks. But if we do, we just squirt a bit more stuff over around the brackets. We don't have to remove the panels. We can just squirt a bit more of this all around the or, you know, a bit more around the feet and around the screw heads. But yeah. A little tip my friend Darren gave me before you put all the Sikaflex on the feet is to put the panel where you want it on the roof and screw 2 feet in, or at least make the hole, so that when it comes to flipping the solar panel over with the Sikaflex on the feet, you can screw them screws in, and where the panel sits is where you want it, and you're not sitting the panel down, squidging out all the Sikaflex and then trying to screw your hole. Do you know what I mean? If you pre-drill at least 2 of the holes from on one side of the solar panels, screw straight in, that's where it's going to be, and you sit. Otherwise, you can smear Sikaflex all over the place. So yeah, I'm sorry I didn't film the install, but you know, have a look at these clips here. I'll show you now. They're very smart. They just fit perfectly for the area that I wanted. When my skylight went in, I knew I had 150 centimeters square on the roof for solar panels. And so then I went shopping and looking for the right solar panels, and these ones from Victron, these 175 watt panels were 146, or I can't remember the exact dimensions now. But yeah, they're spot on, I think. The roof curves a bit, so the solar panels ever so slightly lean away from each other, just a little bit, but that's the curve of the roof. I want to try today and get the cables into the van now. The cables are going to come in through here somewhere, I think. They were going to originally I were going to bring the cables in through the back. Actually, I think possible. So I'm going to bring the cables down here. Yeah, bring the cables down here and through my conduit that's down behind here, if I can. So that's what I want to try and do today. Once the solar panel's connected, I can then start using lights and power off of my 12-volt system without worrying that it's getting low and not going to be charging. So get that solar panel on and connected. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, so what I have to do is I have to fit one of these. You've probably seen these gland boxes for the solar cables to go through. I've got to drill a hole, probably that size, 29 inch and 1/8, 29 millimeters. Paint the hole. I'm gonna go B&Q in a minute and buy a rubber hole thingy. It's good, this channel, isn't it? You can get some good tips like install a rubber hole thingy. You'll see what I mean. And these are the solar cables that I've got. Now, unfortunately for you, I was hoping to show you all, for those that don't know, how to fit these MC4 connectors, but they're already connected. Some solar panels don't come with them already connected, but my solar panels from Victron had the MC4 connectors on them already. This also arrived as well, which is a P-clip set, so I can keep all my cabling nice and neat. So let's take a drive to B&Q. So I went and bought some whole. Damn it! Oh, I just. What's the flipping word? Grommets. Some rubber grommets, some open rubber grommets. So yeah, I'm gonna drill. I was gonna do the 29mm, but I'm gonna do the 22mm hole, because you've only got these thin cables. You can get 2 through there. A little bit of a tighter fit, but they didn't have any bigger grommets than these, so I went and bought these. 10p each. take down 2 sections of cladding on the ceiling. And this is the solar cable here. I've cut a little flap in my Reflectix, so I'll tape that up. And yeah, these cables have all got to go down this conduit, which is okay if you've got 2 people. It's quite easy to do if you've got 2 people. If you're on your own, it's a little bit challenging. It goes all the way down there and across there and into the garage. But I don't want to touch any of these cables yet. I don't want to pull these cables around because I've just glued the gland box on top. So I don't want to pull that around. So that's why that's going off. So I'm going to leave them cables till tomorrow. And I've got the solar cables coming out here. Just got to attach it to the MPPT. Okay, wiring up the solar charge controller. I ordered a load of cable from 12 Volt Planet. First I'm using them. I got, what's this for? This is my 16mm cable which I'm using for the DC to DC, battery to battery charger. And I bought some of this, which is 6mm square 50 amp cable. So yeah, this is 6mm. The solar cables that come off the solar panels are only 4mm, but I've got 6mm. I also ordered some inline fuses, 50 amp fuses. That's going to be for the B2B as well. Positive, what I do, positive and negative from the batteries to the solar charge controller. You can see there I have wired, let me get closer for you. This cable here goes to this, not a relay, circuit breaker, and the cable goes behind the batteries. It actually goes into this conduit as well. You can see it just there, and it's going to come out of that conduit there, and going to connect underneath into the bottom of this MPPT. I'm just now figuring out the earthing point. I'm just wondering, I've got so many of these different, I've got more somewhere. I've got a load of these different ring terminal connections, but you never have every single size. I've got loads, but I want a SC610. This is a 1610. I think it's too big. I've taken it off to just for the ease of wiring it up. But yeah, the positive and the negative are into the battery side, positive and negative. Now I've got to do positive and negative from the solar panels, which are these cables up here. Right, the solar is all working. Really not a good video for you guys. Didn't really show the install of the solar panels. If you've got any questions about how I wired it all up, just send me a message. Drop me a message in the comments down below. So yeah, just positive through a breaker or a fuse into the solar charge controller. And then with the earth, I didn't run it back to the battery. I tapped into the earthing point over there on the chassis of the van, which is earth to here. If you haven't seen the battery and electrics install, go and click on that card up there. That'll tell you how I wired up all these batteries. Now I've downloaded the Victron app, but it's completely overcast, grey day today. But yesterday it was fairly sunny, but I've parked the van in the shade, so I can't really show you much on here. So I'm getting the batteries are always float until I get a chance to start using these batteries with a heater and a fridge and more electrics. That'll take the battery voltage down, which will allow the solar charge controller to kick in more juice into my batteries. But because they're full, it's on float. But let's have a look at the history. You can see, I mean, it's been completely overcast and parked in the shade, so these figures aren't going to be great. So solar's all working. 350 watts of solar. For me, that would be absolutely fine to live on, to live full-time on in the van. Reasonable power needs, charging cameras and laptops and phones and lights and heating, fridge. with a decent fridge, a compressor fridge, which we plan to get for this van, it's, you know, you should be able to run that full time, 100% of the time. So if you enjoyed that video, hit the thumbs up button. If you like the progress of the van so far, hit that thumbs up button. Show me a bit of support. You know, let me know that I'm going in the right direction with this van. So a thumbs up and even subscribe if you haven't. That will really help me out. Alright, I'll see you next week's video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.